Well, greetings. I think tonight's probably going to be a fun night. I had a fun day. Uh, I have a therapist appointment in the morning, so I'm stoked. Okay, and I'm in good shape. Um, a little worried I couldn't get through her today to find out how the pacemaker installation went. Uh, but otherwise, things are just peachy, nice day. Um, I trying to take advantage of uh, the week off from Buck Book to try to break some old bad habits. I better check my audio, right? Where do I want to go? We want to go to my channel. Come on, thank you. Anybody here? No, nobody's here yet. I probably should just kind of be on maybe get up and putter around until somebody comes. So is the audio good? Is the audio good? Is the audio good? Is the audio good? It is. So I'm here for the evening, for those who tune in later, or I don't know how this works. If you come in after I've been streaming for an hour, I don't know how you can listen to the rest of it until after I'm done. Okay. Oh yeah, Discord server. What's that? We want Tommy Streams. Oh, here's the invite people. And there's the Discord. Alrighty. People show up, and I'm not even going to start talking until people show up. So I have something to read, and it seems the writers have a new hero in Dave Chappell because he really gave it to the alphabet people. I haven't heard it yet, but I have some extracts from it. It's got the boycotters like really with their panties in a twist. Who's pretty outspoken. She's pissed. I don't know if that's trans. She's trans or not. She's certainly a person of color. I'm not going to make any joke about her. That's part of the problem here with Dave Chappell and what's going on with political correctness. People are killing themselves. They're destroying their whole movement with political correctness. But I'm going to get going on that until people show up. So. Hi, thanks for joining me. I guess three's a quorum, and I get going with what I was going to talk about. Say something, please. Because I'm going to piss a lot of people off here tonight, I'm sure. But I'm Tommy, and I don't care. have this many fucks to give about anybody's butt hurt about what I want to talk about tonight, because I've been talking about this for years and I've been polite about it. I'm going to probably be polite about it tonight too. I really keep it like kosher. I'm not going to, because I agree with um, the mature leaders of the movement, totally. Hi, John. Happy day, man. I totally agree with the leaders of the movement that everybody is valid, especially the cisgender heterosexual people that can accept us. Everybody. And the ones that don't, we need to treat them kindly, and we need to be coherent and not real confrontational with them, or else we just piss them off. You're not getting through to anybody when you're assaultive. And you certainly aren't doing any good when you eat your own, who aren't being the right kind of queer for you. But it seems, I've been messing around. There was a video done of the White Pride Parade by somebody who was sympathetic to the White Pride Parade. They were there for the White Pride Parade. So it was like a White Pride Parade travelogue, which was cool. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. The discussion has been interesting because there haven't been any like real total idiots in it. The right wingers are being realistic, and the left wingers aren't being stupid. Because that's what it boils down to. There's like, you got the center line, you got the happy medium where everybody's needs and wants are going to be covered without anybody's toes being stepped on. That's partisanship really fucks that up. Because the goal of municipal government, at least, should be to be doing the greatest good for the greatest number in the most cost-effective fashion with the least negative impact on individuals, individual organizations, the environment, and culturally sensitive real estate. That's my quote. I hope that's going to go down in history, because this is what I've lived by all my life. I grew up in Chicago at the height of the Daily Machine, and yes, it was crooked, but otherwise its goals were that. That was, the crookedness kind of like helped with the cost effectiveness, I guess. You grease my palm and I'll scratch your back. And it worked. We were the city that worked. Our shit always worked. People didn't go on strike, and if they did, it was settled real quick. Garbage was picked up. The roads usually got fixed pretty quickly. Everything worked. We had a really good transportation system. So it was a little crooked. We used to laugh about the consultants fee that was always they've been couple $5 million there for a consultant. And we're like, yeah, right. For putting a little notebook together, they got $5 million. But cool. It just it's the glue that holds it all together. Our government hasn't been like that though. Dwight Eisenhower warned us about it on the way out the door. He fought with them the entire time, from the time the World War II ended to the day he left office. He struggled with those guys to retool for peace. That he saw, just magnificent building, using American military technology for peacetime applications. He saw us under the oceans and in outer space and opening up, previously uninhabitable areas. And it's like, fuck you, Dwight. It's more profitable to be expending ordnance all over little brown people. And that's what happened. Instead, John Kennedy tried to carry Eisenhower's vision forward and got killed for his trouble. And LBJ was just, happy to be a pig, and he was touched pretty deeply by the casualties in Vietnam, but otherwise he was happy to suck up to the bankers. Reagan spent his whole life sucking up to bankers. Tricky Dick always wanted to be a part of it, and they made him part of it, and he fucked up, and he wanted to make peace with the Russians and the Chinese, and no, we don't want to do business with them. We want to keep bombing little brown people because it's very profitable. So they ran him out of office. Gerald Ford was a joke. He was president as a reward for his role in the Warren Commission. Then Jimmy Carter tried to come in there and run it the way he thought it should be run, and they didn't like that, but at least they didn't kill him. So they just let him have one term and kicked him out. Who was next? Oh, Ronnie. Ronnie was a tool of the military-industrial complex since World War II. He was sucking up to them straight along. He was happy to do it, man. And really, George Bush Sr. was the president from the time John Kennedy was killed. He was the one really pulling the strings, and the direct link into the banker gangsters. Where are we at? We're at Reagan. Who's next? Who's after Reagan? Come after Reagan that was Clinton then, I guess. Clinton was in 1980. No, then there was Bush. No, yeah. What? I'm confused. I have to look it up. Bush had a term. That's right. And then Clinton beat him. And then we got W. And then we got Obama's. And now we got this ill douche. His antics really are amusing. I mean, he's really entertaining. The whole trip is really entertaining. If it weren't so horrifying what they're doing, it'd be hilarious. But it's really horrifying the shit that they're doing. So it's hard to be funny about it, and without Anyway, back to the topic. Seems Dave Chappell's new or Chappelle. I don't know. Chappell, Chappelle. I don't know who. Someone tell me. They're pissed. Everybody's pissed, and fuck them. That's part of it. It's like they can't laugh. They take themselves too seriously. Nobody can laugh at themselves anymore, and especially queers, queers that are like dedicated to like not having their letter erased. It's all about this visibility and erasure. Validation versus erasure, marginalization. The marginalized minorities where you're compartmentalizing yourself. You're putting yourself in a little tiny box, and then you're demanding that people handle that box in a particular way, and it's not really going over well. What can I say? I found a nice little niche for myself. I was told I couldn't be what I am, so I shut up and pretended not to be for a long time. And then I came out, and here I am. And I'm accepted as a woman with a penis, and it's cool. And if you don't like it, well, hey, bye. Hardly anybody gives me any like real shit because I'm not really homosexual either. I mean, I'll have sex for fun with just about anything. Guys are probably gonna need to pay. I really felt tawdry the one time I was with this guy. Guy didn't hardly even fucking kiss me. Anyway, because he just came over for a Hummer. That's all he wanted was a Hummer, and then he was gonna leave. I feel sorry for women that are in long-term relationships with guys like that. Woo. No, guys like that are never coming in the front door without handing me at least $50. Just to touch the fucking thing, it's going to cost me $50. So anyway, it looks like Dave Chappelle is going to get his ass canceled because of Sticks and Stones. This is in the Washington Examiner on the 27th. In an hour of television, Dave Chappelle manages to offend practically every group in America, from heroin-addicted whites to LGBT people to Chinese Americans and pro-lifers. And that's exactly what makes the comedian's new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones, so brilliant. It's also what makes it so triggering, at least to some. Woke scolds are out in full force. I've never heard that one before. What's a woke scold? It's my game on it is the call out culture and the shame and blame games of the oppression Olympics. As I never heard of woke scold. Let's look that one up before we go on. I mean, I can see, it's some newspeak kind of Orwellian shit that I can definitely see the meaning. Okay, yeah. Okay, and this is from Christmas Day. It was defined in the Urban Dictionary. Noun, a person who is woke and scolds others who are not. Verb, the act of scolding in the name of wokeness. Be extra careful when you talk around feminists, liberals, or anyone in the DSA. I don't even know what the fucking DSA is. Dick sucking action, which is used when someone is given a blowjob or get blown. I guess that's me. But I'm definitely opposed to doing it for free with anybody that's like just a casual friend. To avoid experience the wrath of the woke scold, here's one: a Strasserite. What the fuck is a Strasserite? There are no definitions for that one. Okay. So back to this. Now we know what a woke scold is. So I'm so far behind everything because I've been off the grid I was off the grid for a long, long time, and I haven't watched television since 2005. Oh, come on, where is it? Give it back, reload. I can get 30 days of Netflix for free. I'm thinking I'm gonna watch it. I doubt if I how much is Netflix? Okay, so the woke scold. See, that's the thing. I was never, I saved myself my first beating by screaming when they had to pull me out with forceps. So I was screaming when they got me out. So I didn't get beat up for that. And really, I just like, okay, if I can't be that, I better not. So I shut up about it, and I didn't get beat up about that very much at all. I got it for other shit. So like, I've always been woke. I'm like, my fifth grade teacher come on in the classroom at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on November 22nd, 1963 to tell us they're just in a coup d'etat and they're going to blame it on a patsy and they hadn't even caught Oswald yet. And here we were the kids of the factory and business owners, right? And everything looked cool to us. It's like, oh, cool, we're it's peacetime and prosperous time. My family were builders, and it was a very prosperous time for them in the middle 50s and early 60s. I was always playing in construction sites when I was a little kid. So where's the woke scold? Okay, the woke scolds are out in full force after the special airings this week. I know I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I already blocked it at Facebook for like trying to calm a flame war down over the second puberty, transgender second puberty. It's like, come on, give us a break. Obvious, especially from inside the transgender community, there's no fucking rule book. And there are a whole lot, so what if it's technically incorrect? Feel out of it because it's comforting to some, it's a joy for some people. It gives them a talking point with each other. It eases the difficulty of dealing with like having a brain that doesn't match your nads. That's try to put yourself in our position. That's what they always used to tell us when we were little kids. Was like, before you go and judge anybody, try and imagine yourself in their position. Before you get on somebody who's like 400 pounds case, put yourself inside that 400 pounds of blubber there, and think about how it got there and how it feels about life in any particular moment. before you go and shame them for it. There might be like other reasons that they're like that. And someone who isn't like really, really, really like grossly obese, you know, someone's just a little chubby, that's like really fucking infantile to get on their case. You know, anybody, it's really wrong to be using the R word for somebody who's just an idiot, you know, and instead of like really developmentally disabled people, which that's fucking rude. You know, political correctness is ruining us because the woke scolds are out making so much fucking noise, can't laugh at anything, can't laugh at themselves, and they actually end up reinforcing the stigma that the movement for queer equality is trying to like flatten. You know, it's like, hey, look, everybody's like the way they are. Everybody's individual. The only thing that's fucking binary about humanity is like what kind of gamete you make. After that, there's too much variation to call it. Well, yeah, there's just men and women. No way. Yeah, there's just male gametes and female gametes, but some people that produce male gametes are female in the head, and vice versa. I mean, it's just the way nature works. It's all fucking. It's on a grid. It's not one or the other, and people need to understand that. I mean, that's really, you know, and the fucking alphabet people need to understand that we're trying to sell ourselves to a giant majority. There's, you know, if you collect all the alphabet people together, maybe you'll have 20% of the population. And they're all at odds with each other. They all hate each other. Okay, that's what's really fucked up, is that, you know, it's the lateral hostility across the spectrum and the relational bullying underneath the spectrum. The leadership of the militant activists are, for the most part, they're just a bunch of fucking narcissistic nitwits, misinformed, prejudices all get out, and they're surrounded by, you know, psychopaths, simpering, emo, you know, always whining about something or other. Gotta kind of call out everything that's even the least bit wrong. You know, it was just pathetic. It was pitiful what they did. Well, the way they responded to Caitlyn Jenner was just fucking pathetic. I mean, she's fucking pretty pathetic too, but they just made it worse. No, it didn't. Some of them do. That's I'm going to get to that. It's in this article. It's in here. I'll get there. So anyway, it also makes it what's so true. Woke scolds are out in full force after the special's airing this week, bashing the comedian for daring to poke fun at the transgender movement and making light of sexual abuse by celebrities such as Michael Jackson and Louis C.K. I don't know that Michael Jackson ever committed any sexual abuse. He was developmentally arrested, and he saw those kids at playmates, not sex things. Chappelle, I think it's Chappelle is the way he says it, and if not, so what? He's Chappelle. It has a history of poking fun at certain issues that the modern left considers beyond the pale, as he puts it in the new special. What I didn't realize at the time was that I was breaking an unwritten and unspoken rule of show business. No matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people. You know who I mean. Those people who took 20% of the alphabet for themselves. I'm talking about them L's and B's and G's and T's. And they took more than 20%, man. It's up to LGBTQIA. And I guess somebody decided they wanted the kink K in there for kink. So what's that? LGBTQIAK is 8 letters out of 26 is more than 20%. That's I'm at 8 times 3. That's more like 35% in there. He makes even more similarly unwoke. I'd say it's really woke. this isn't really, this is part of like this particular trope is just so fucked up because that's not what it is. At least not for most of us. He makes even more similarly unwoke transgressions. I feel bad for the T's, he says, but they're so confusing. The fact is, if a person can be born in the wrong body, they have to admit that's a fucking hilarious predicament. Try it sometime, man. My brain does not see a vagina there. My brain knows there's a penis there because the penis is constantly telling it that there's a penis down there. But my brain is not looking for a penis down there. My brain thinks there's supposed to be a vagina there. Okay? Try living with it, dude. And it's not the wrong body either because the rest of me was always female enough to satisfy me. You know, I never had a problem with the rest of me at all until my hair fell out or I got too fat. But that wiener there, it takes some convincing to like get to leave my brain alone. Chappelle makes fun of transgender people imitating a Chinese person and joking, "What if that's how I feel inside?" He continues to make light of the gender issue. Say LeBron James changes gender, can he stay in the NBA, or does he have to go to the WNBA where he will score 800 points a game? See, this is more bullshit. That's not even funny at that point. Because it's completely, you know, it's inaccurate to what's happening. Sex and gender are not linked to each other. Period. I mean, they're not dependent. Gender is not dependent on sex. And even physically, the only thing binary is the gametes. There is way too much variation in the physical structure and of the gonads and in the degree of masculinity or femininity in a person's physique, overall physique, and in their psyche. You know, I being male, doing male things was unnatural to me. I had to train myself not to do female things like move or sit or speak like a female. I had to walk pigeon-toed for like 6 months to get the swish out of my hips because the bullies were sneaking up behind me and kicking me in the butt. You know, so I have really right to make that kind of fun. That's punching down. See that, you know, there's ways to make fun of transgender people that transgender people will laugh about. This is not one of them. Not at all. Chappelle says we could all keep talking about equality, or you could shut the fuck up. Well, let's take a vote on it in Congress, and we will shut the fuck up. And guess what? It's all harmless and hilarious. I don't think so. Not if it's along those lines. Punching down is not cool. You know, if it's really humorous and it's really, you know, properly ironic sarcasm, you know, political satire, it's cool. Punching down is being an asshole. Is to provide but per usual, the woke can't take a joke. Scathing Vice article entitled "You Can Definitely Skip Dave Chappelle's New Sticks and Stones" says that doubles down on misogyny and transphobia, and it probably does. Calling him racist for his, well, that's kind of silly, probably. Blue Check Live Twitter joined the pile-on. So we'll read the Vice story. Let's get that open and read some of these tweets. Things imagined. Taylor Hosking, whoever the fuck that is. Who would have thought that transphobic jokes would be the hill that such a smart, talented comedian needs to die on? That's quite possible. This Ashley Preston. I just unfollowed my favorite comedian, a fierce queen I adore, for posting up all over her Instagram with Dave Chappelle. My heart breaks every time a black woman breathes life into a transphobic, homophobic man. You're not doing it for the culture. You're destroying it, sis. The fact that people are actually up in arms over this special is just pathetic. These woke skulls clearly don't understand that the point of comedy is to push boundaries. Yeah, well, punching down is not like really the point of comedy, man. This sounds like punching down. Sorry, I'm not backing him on this one. You know, woke scolding is kind of silly most of the time. But on this one, I think they've got a valid uh, B. You know, he's punching down with myths, with fucking harmful fable. I got friends who are all kinds of LGBT. Everybody loves me, and I love everybody. Yeah, no, I think you might have fucked yourself up on this one, pal. This latest bout of outrage is nothing new, as angry social justice types have repeatedly tried to cancel Chappelle in recent years. They might think they're advancing some warped pursuit of progress, but all they're really doing is slowly killing comedy, and that's just not funny. And that I agree with that too. You know, as a humorist, especially, who, you know, it's like a minefield. I'm afraid to say things most of the time, especially at Facebook. No, but okay, we have some lag issues, it seems. Where, well, yeah, that's appropriate, because it's, you know, a big part of why the alphabet people are like destroying their own credibility and eating their own is they have no sense of humor anymore. And there's explanations for that too. They're a marginalized majority. They're all full of fear and loathing, and they, you know, they take it out. They project it outward. Oh well, I didn't want to get into the kind of that kind of comedy. This is more, this is more political philosophy and shit. The alphabet people are the LGBTQIA, you know, really hardcore militant activists that are really making a bad name for themselves and the rest of us queers who just really would like to live our lives as members of the communities that we're part of, without any like real concern about anybody's like religious status or their gender identity or their sexual orientation or their race or any of that shit. You know, it's like, so last century for progressive people, it's like none of that stuff matters. That the only thing that matters to a really progressive, righteous person is the merit, you know, the merit of your deeds, your words and deeds. What are you about? I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't care how rich or poor you are. I mean, if you're close to me, like right up in my face, I prefer that you're like not stinking. But if you're a nice person and you have, yeah, like those, you know, oh, we can't be erased. We have to include that, you know, and then get pissed off at people that won't. I had a gay guy over today. He's a married gay man that he calls his partner his husband. And I asked him when he came, I said, so are you the lady of the house? He said, no. I said, well, so are you, you know, you guys look at each other as husbands? He said, yeah. And, you know, so here I am. You know, my ideal situation is there will be a trans man behind me when I'm broadcasting, and you know, just a regular standard issue American family, but trans. That's what I'd like for my life. I see it happening all over the place. It's like really fucking beautiful when these trans guys have babies. But you know, mainly for most people, sex is not a spectator sport. It's something that's like they're uptight about, most people, and putting the kink out in their face and then demanding acceptance for it is like really harmful to the rest of us queers. You know, most queers, if you're kinky, they do it behind closed doors and don't talk about it much in public with people that don't understand. I mean, at least the queers I know have always been that way. You know, I'm not going to name any names, but there's some weird shit going on out there. Dildo stuffing contest. Who can stuff the most dildos up their ass? And then they're going to get all sanctimonious with people for like kink shaming them. It's like, well, keep that to your fucking selves, man. Nobody will care. And that's really where it's been for me since I come out. Hardly anybody wanted to talk about it. Nobody needed my backstory. It's like, oh, okay. And then you could, you know, they show themselves for how sincere they are or what kind of assholes they are by whether they pick up on it or whether they don't. And most people in this town do. You're right, man. You know, everybody's got their thing, but keep it to your fucking self. The straight people don't want to hear it. Hi, Hidalgo. How are you, man? You know, straight folks don't want to hear it at all. You know, I think I'm a two spirit. I come to terms with my penis a long time ago. Um, my male self is no fun, and we try to keep him like at bay. Um, oh boy, my first idiot of the night. Hello. Oh well. Yeah, I looked up Terry Davis. I'm not familiar with the OS, but I got a pretty fair grip of like what he's saying, what the story is. Um, you know, I am real well grounded within the energy fields of this planet and the universe between the Earth and the Sun and the Moon and the planets and shit. I feel like I know my place. I can feel my place. I connect to my environment and the people in it. And you dig what I'm saying? And the mother talks through my feet, and she's guiding me right now. Father's kind of like, father's like doing this to my heart, doing this shit. A little bit hard, but not real bad. It's on alert. Now, as far as what they don't do anything but kind of direct my thought. They don't tell me anything. Yes, no, true, false is about all I get out of my feet and out of my heart. I do travel the dream spaces. So I don't really hear voices in my head either. It's more like I meet people in the higher realm that tell me shit. As far as the what the hell is going on here? That's weird. There's a bunch of shit, ad shit happening in the background. My computer's showing me. That's weird. But anyway, so I don't hear voices. There's nothing like that. I feel the energy of the earth through my feet. I feel the energy of the sun through my heart, and they help me decide yes or no, and they help me decide what to say. When I'm raging, you can be sure that's the father. The mother's always much more kind and patient with idiots. I don't know what else to say about that until somebody gives me some feedback. But back to what we were reading, because I want. Oh, it's not loading. Oh, that must. Okay, let's close some shit. I was going to finish with the tweets. Let's see what who's outraged. Oh, I did finish with the tweets. Okay, we finished with the tweets, so we can close that. You can definitely skip Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones. Comedian doubles down on misogyny and transphobia in both the special and hidden bonus scene that follows. Dave Chappelle made his return to Netflix Monday with new stand-up special, Sticks and Stones. Fans quickly realized that if you watch until the very end, the special has a secret epilogue called The Punchline, where Chappelle answers questions from audience members who went to his separate Dave Chappelle on Broadway stand-up show last July. The special takes the comics anti-wokeness shtick to a new level, and the whole thing is repetitive and exhausting enough that it's a slog to even make it to the Q&A. Chappelle's controversial 2017 Netflix special, Age of the Spin, Dave Chappelle Live with the Hollywood Palladium, and Equanimity and the Bird Revelation, honed his voice as a comedian wary of progressive criticism. That voice is even sharper in his latest special. At one point in his routine, he says he doesn't believe that Michael Jackson molested young children. He continues by saying that if Michael Jackson did, the children should have felt lucky their first time it was with the king of pop. Adding, do you know how good it must have felt to go to school the next day after that shit? That's not real cool either. Chappelle also returned to his now infamous obsession with making fun of trans people, saying, trans people hate my fucking guts and I don't blame them. I can't stop writing jokes about these niggas. This time, those jokes including asking the audience how funny it would be if he was actually a Chinese person stuck inside a black man's body, which, you guessed it, also included a racist impression of a Chinese person. He also found time to defend fellow comedians Kevin Hart and Louis C.K., painting them as victims of an overzealous call-out culture. If anybody was a victim of an overzealous call-out culture, it had to be Al Franken. I mean, all he did was like squeeze a few butts. And not, not really gross. He's just being Al Franken. By the time the Q&A plays at the end of the special, Chappelle has already shown his unapologetic approach to courting current controversy. His answers put that into even starker view. He says that a white woman left one of his practice sets for the special at the Punchline Comedy Club in San Francisco, telling him, I'm sorry, I was raped. Chappelle says, he replies, it's not your fault you were raped, but it's not my fault either. Ta-ta, bitch. That's a little cold. He could have left off the ta-ta, bitch. To which the audience laughs raucously, as though that were a real punchline. He then followed with a story about sparking an unlikely friendship with a trans woman who he says was laughing the hardest out of any one of the trans jokes in his practice set. It could be. Some of us can laugh at ourselves. Some can't, and you gotta be nice to them. That's not right to fuck with their heads, especially punching down. The strange story of camaraderie seemed to highlight the common accusation that Chappelle is only interested in repairing his relationship with marginalized group if he doesn't have to change anything about himself. Chappelle has always been a daredevil comedian willing to take a controversial stance or downplay a serious controversy for laughs, including his early 2000 skits, R. Kelly court trials on Chappelle Show, blah, 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 blah. I'd like to see him canceled. I can give a shit less. I don't watch TV. Oh, shit. The chat's a problem, or did somebody fuck the chat up? Okay, it's there, I guess. So anyway, people should not be pushing themselves on anybody. Yeah, people deserve to be treated like humans, but you got to act like a human to get treated like a human first. And there's just a point, there comes a point where they're insisting on too much. I'm sorry, but I can't get with all these new pronouns. Mix I can get. Anunnaki uses one that's pronounceable. MX, he says, or they say. I think Anunnaki's a he. He says mix. So that's an easy one, but Z-A-T, Z. What's wrong with they? Him, her, them. Easy. Everybody's covered. What's the big deal? Why do we need new ones? What the fuck? Let's get real, folks. That's the problem. The real victories in the struggle for queer equality have always been won by nice people who know how to get along with cishet people, and can deliver the truth, facts about the queer reality in a coherent, cogent fashion, understandable, make people want to accept it. Getting up in their face, screaming at them about their fucking pronouns, ain't cutting it at all. And then they turn around and eat their own. And yeah, some of them eat their own cum. But so what? That's part of what the the cis het world is putting back at them, pushing back at them, and really what it comes down to is most people, straight and gay, cis and trans, wish everybody just shut the fuck up already about sexuality and gender expression. I mean, what's let me hammer on it a little bit. The binary, the heteronormative sex gender binary is like a tool of population control that has been imposed on the people by Judeo-Christian plutocrats over the last 500 or more years. That indigenous people and ancient peoples all at least tolerated to some degree. I mean, it wasn't a fucking death sentence very much until imperialism arose in the world, about 1,500 years ago. Before that, gender variant people and same-sex attracted people seem to have been like at least accepted and tolerated, if not totally different. If you look at transgender people today that are in supportive environments, they all pretty much excel at something. There's just some amazing success stories out there. Lynn Conway in particular, because none of you would be able to do this if it wasn't for a microprocessor that Lynn invented. And there are a lot of lesser, all through the tech industry, trans people. I've watched this since 1974, okay? Now, up until about year 2000, very few transgender women were out in public. They had private publications that they communicate in. They had places that they'd go, but they weren't just part of the general street scene anywhere, hardly. Since year 2000, though, the internet's connected everybody. And under the Obama administration, there were a lot of advances in civil rights gains. A lot of civil rights gains for queers under Obama. A lot of opportunities opened up for us, and it looked safe to a lot of us to come out. So we did. and then Trump got elected. So they're all freaking out now. But I'm not. I have a lot of confidence in the people, in the people of America, that everybody wants equality, everybody wants freedom and justice, and the Warhawk agenda, this white supremacist shit, it's like losing its grip, and it's either going to kill a lot of us to hold on, or the planet's just going to get tired of it and kill a lot of us. It's beginning to happen. How's that hurricane coming? We probably should take a look at that, huh? Let's see what's up with the hurricane. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. The story of Trump and the hurricane isn't real clear, but I have a feeling he suggested he asked about it during a briefing about Dorian. That's when it came up. So oh shit, that thing's headed for my golf gloves. Let's see what's up with Hurricane Dorian. Okay, it's hitting the Fox had it's hitting the Florida Gold Coast right now, side swiping it. It's definitely been thrown into the hook, and is curving. It's curving to the northeast. It's gonna run into, it just runs into a little pocket. You know how Florida sticks out? It's run in there and go that way, which is real good. It's gonna dump a lot of rain as it goes everywhere, but it's not gonna there's not gonna be a real bad storm surge anywhere. So, and it's already down. I think the last I saw it was down to a category 3. Let's see, who do we want to look at? CNN, fuck Fox, and fuck the New York Times. CNN's not much better, but this is weather. You know, I like to get my politics from like the really radical places. And I have some right wing ones too that I like to look at just for comparison's sake. So here's the most recent update from CNN 10 minutes ago. Where's Dorian? It's along the east coast of Florida, 95 miles east of Cape Canaveral, which is bringing 110 miles an hour. Pretty good. And it's moving north-northwest, and it's going to spin back to the northeast. Expected to skirt the Florida Georgia coast overnight Sunday and move forward. And I think it's just going to keep going right. That's the way it's gonna hit the coast and keep going, because you got all this polar air coming at it from the west. I think it's going to make landfall in Charleston or Wilmington, but I don't think so. I think it's going to keep spinning out to sea. Well, it could. Why am I hearing like a lag like that? Okay. It's hitting the Fox head. That's why. What does a hurricane do to sea life? And I can't see that. Somebody's fucked up the chat on the other one, so I guess I better go to this one. But we got to keep that muted. Hurricane due to sea life and all get killed by trauma in the ocean? No, not at all. They'll go to deeper water. I mean, some of them will get like blown ashore, but most of them go out to deeper water, get out of the way. But stuff along the shore is going to get tore up. You know, the benthic life gets beat up pretty bad. You know, the shellfish and stuff. And there'll be fish and probably some mammals, but there always are. Especially when there's like with lately for the last few years with all the algae, all the red tide. It's been real bad. Yeah, it's still a pretty good sized sucker, man, and it's really trashing the whole coast. But there's no big storm surge. It's just high winds and wet. Storm surge is what does most of the damage. And they think it's going to go ashore. They think it could go ashore somewhere between Charleston and Wilmington. And it could, but I just feel like it's going to go out to sea. It's been a bad booger day. It's been a real bad booger day. Where's my squirt bottle? Oh. Oh, yeah, shit. Oh, shit. Where's my stuff? Pot. Oh well. We'll find it later, I'm sure. On the floor. Oh, there's something that was missing that's on the floor. Okay. We can close that. Trump must own some he must own some property in North Carolina. He's already declared a state of emergency for North Carolina and federal assistance to supplement state, tribal, and local response efforts due to the emergency conditions resulting from Hurricane Dorian. I'm going to put Tina in charge. I wonder, I'm kind of cut off from it, but I'm sure that someone's going to be getting in there. Rainbow folks are going to get in there with a kitchen near wherever it comes ashore. So, you know what? I'm kind of tired of talking and nobody's saying much of anything, so I'm going to make some noise. Any preferences to instrument? You got that's one option. No. Nah. Okay, nobody's saying nothing. I'm bored. Okay, Hook Nose is probably not going to stay long. Yeah, bye, Hook Nose. Thomas Wasserberg does not exist. You're gone, motherfucker. They got the stream chat is fucked off, but this one works. really was in the mood for the horn earlier. I should be playing that. Boy, haters gotta hate. People who really like my stuff, would you please like hit the thumbs up once in a while so that there's at least some balance there. So I got at least 3 gangs of idiots that are after me, want to mess with me. Hmm. And what? God, it's hot in here. I had the oven on for almost an hour. It's still hot from it. Imagine so much that I can keep up for so long. It gets me really stoned because I get all oxygen saturated. Well, I'm really moving a lot of air. See my COPD deteriorated lungs. uh, yeah, I just refuse to fight with these idiots anymore. They're just idiots. They're none of them. You know, they just make all these empty threats, and they totally don't understand any English. And they want to say that I'm crying all the time and whining, and it's like, no, man, just fuck off, just fuck off already. And yeah, I'm gonna fuck your lives up. Come near me, I'll fuck your whole world up. But they won't, you know. And then they say I'm the coward. But how do you want to go there? It's just stupid. Just totally stupid. Um, Too many people like my music, and too many people are interested in what I got to say. Uh, Fuck them. But nobody's saying anything here tonight. And nobody's saying anything at Google or oh, maybe there. Let's see anything to Discord. Hi D. Oh, and Sneasel's here. How about that? Sneasel, what else have you got to say? I didn't realize I was there's a this one's open. Okay, John, what the fuck is going on at the troll chat? John Bold around? Jonathan, yoo-hoo. They got me blocked from even posting in there. Where is he? Okay, something's adding here. It appears so. It seems, and Doppelganger hasn't said anything lately. She just sent me a YouTube video of Doppelgangers. We're gonna listen to that because he was talking about my channel. This could get interesting. I'll just block these people and forget about them. I'm not gonna fight with anybody. So just go away. There are people that love me for what I am, and lots more of them than anybody trying to defame me. I mean, there's really no point in any of this. What's your problem with me as a human? I mean, what kind of people just talk about people? That's low-minded. I'm talking about things and ideas and places and events and criticize that. Don't be fucking telling me how much you hate me because I talk about that. That's just fucking childish. Ooh. But I tell you what, boys, if you guys in the hangouts are all full of shit, yeah, doppelganger. I think you need to talk to me. Want to come on air, dude? You want to explain some of this shit on your channel? I'm really keen on any of that. I did go to the Discord. No, John, I'm not real pleased with what's going on in the Discord. I can't even post a. I can't even post to that. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm the admin. I don't know if anybody can hear me there, but I've gone to the troll video chat. We'll see what happens. This is rather disturbing, though. About doppelganger. Where's that dude? Yeah, okay, my microphone's live. Crazy day. Yeah, I'm talking to Deep Price out there. I don't see Bird of Prey. Something tells me I'm about through with this stream for tonight. There seems to be an issue. Nobody's going to be setting up anything with my name on it that I don't have full control over. Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan, it seems like I don't have full control of that server, and I don't like that. I certainly don't like Sneasel's presence on it. And I'm not real thrilled about even inviting trolls. Okay, we're good now until the next one sticks up their sticks their head up. I banned a couple of people, Sneasel and someone else, some shit eater. But no, it's okay. What about millennial turkeys, Jimmy Joe? Yeah, I found that. I found it. We're good. Um, I got some issues with Doppelganger though. Um, but I need him to answer to some accusations. So I ran Top Dad off. I've been concerned about that one for a while because I know that he has nothing to do with the band Top Dead Center, and he was playing on that. And anybody that played on something like that was probably trying to skull fuck me. See, I'm not very gullible actually. What it is I just assume people are honest until it's obvious that they're lying. You don't in person you won't get away with nearly as much shit because I can see it in your face that you're lying. Okay, so we're cool there. I don't need to be there right now. We just couldn't jack up the moderation level here. It's a medium. Someone want to suggest some webhooks? I'm looking at the and how to widget. How to work the widget. So I don't know how to work any of this shit. It just is. I'm a hardware integrator, and if the software I just load it in, and if it works or it doesn't. And hello, out on the wire. Yeah, this stuff's totally beyond me, D. I've been using a word processor since 1973. I had one in my first apartment. I remember I scored a Motorola thing for like $50 at a thrift store or something. I forget where I found it, but I remember it was $50. And it was a word processor. And that's pretty much evolved right up because that's all Microsoft Word is just a consolidation of all that old shit. And okay, well, I'm not a normal person, so does this server have to be normal? I want to maximize my potential for earning money here. I'm really sick and tired of like not making any money. I'm going to have a DVD available for sale soon, and I'm going to want to be showing my stones more. This fucking politics is costing me money. Fuck that. Nobody's paying my bills. You know, people throw money in my saxophone case. That would be good. That would be good, except for one thing, because I never, I mean, it's like a spur of the moment thing usually. I never know when I'm going to go live. I don't live by any kind of schedule at all, and I never know. I just okay. I want to go live instead of be typing or So I want to talk about this instead of type it out. Um, it could happen anytime. 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'll just okay. I'm going to talk to the camera for a while. Might as well see what the idiots are saying tonight. Which idiots should we go to first? AMB or Kiwi Farms? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they have those fucking assholes. AMB and Kiwi Farms. Well, I don't think Kiwi Farms has a bot, but I know AMB does. They just grab my shit as soon as it goes on. That'll work. That'd be cool. What do you? How do you think we want to? When I first started, I called it the Tranny Granny channel, but no, the tranny doesn't work. Tranny's not a word that's good to use anymore. I'm queer. I'm a queer elder, queer rainbow elder. A rainbow, but rainbow family, I'm not. There is no such thing as a member of the rainbow family. There are people that participate in the gatherings. Rainbow hippies are something completely different from rainbow family. They may or may not go to gatherings, but it's totally different perspective. And they call it fairy camp at the gatherings. But I'm not, I'm me. I'm a little different, and everybody's a little different. So I need to be in like the full inclusive crowd. I think on something I got a trans feminine person heavily invested in human rights activism or something like that. That works. I'm not sure what I have on my channel anymore. I had to change it a couple of times because of the imposter. Excuse me, I've got my shorts all up my butt. Oh, and I don't know how these people talk. I really don't. The main reason I was uncomfortable is I was sitting on my scrotum. At least my dick wasn't shoved up my ass there too. I really don't know how they can stand that. I just don't. I don't. I couldn't possibly do it. It's very uncomfortable to sit, and it's very uncomfortable to walk. And I'm horrified at the thought of what would happen if I peed, if I needed to pee and I had the thing all taped up. Woo. Yeah, I banned a couple of people. Sneasel's not welcome anywhere near my shit. The guy's just a psychopath. Total fucking psychopath. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're gonna. Which do you prefer, AMB or Kiwi Farms? AMB usually takes less time. Kiwi Farms has. Well, they usually. I could usually get out of either one in about 100 seconds. Let's time it. It's 9:22 now. Okay, there's seven notifications. Ashley Wilkes quoted my post. Extra Deuce Sauce quoted my post. Here's another. They all quoted my post. So they're all Nomad. The cock parking lots out there too. Oh, I know that, fool. I already know that. Nomad. He's all super duper super uber criminal. Thomas, if anyone wanted to murder you, it would already be in the TPD cold case file. Now, if anybody wanted to murder me, it would have been in the LAPD cold case file. It's 30 years ago. But 32. No, nobody wants to murder me. They'd rather I kill myself or do something that they can like have an excuse to dope me up so that I can't do anything. Or convince somebody else to kill me, which is what you guys have been doing for the last fucking 10 years. You know, I didn't rape any children. And I certainly am not minor attracted today. Let's see what else. Yeah, now he's trying to tell me he's trying to tell me they interviewed all these people that told him what a dick with smelly bum I am. And here's somebody who ass fucks multiple partners unprotected and telling me I'm an AIDS vector. I haven't hardly had any sex at all in years. Okay, that's a waste of time. Okay, Sabrina's the teenage witch is actually that's not what's happening at that's not what's happening at Discord, honey. The mod that set that up gave me full control of it. There's a little problem with an individual in a group chat in the Hangouts, but I have full control of that too. So go stick your head back up your ass, fun. I'm out of there. That's a waste of time, all of it. Goodbye. Let's see what that was 4 minutes. Let's see what Kiwi Farms is up to. We have a private message. You know how it goes. I was contacted by someone who happens to admire me, that's in the crowd, telling me that they had contacted Sabrina and they've got 2 minutes interview with her, but she didn't say anything. and they're going to try and interview her. And this person sent her a message. Now, I don't know who to trust. This could be total bullshit too. Explaining what was going on. Okay, that's let's see what's up here. Okay, reaction. Someone liked something I said. Oh, it's a winner. Let's see what the winner is. We got a mention. Noel has spoken. Well, they want me to write threads for Kiwi Farms. No, I should write some Kiwi Farm threads for these people. That's the only thing I'm writing for Kiwi Farm, and its targets is a fucking motion to order a RICO investigation on Lolcow LLC and several other organizations connected to this behavioral sink and AMB, and a motion for class status. I got at least I have at least 5 people that are ready to come on board, and he's bragged about 2,000 more that I can name as John and Jane Does. So fuck you, Noel, maggot. That's what these people are. It's just Maggots. Big Todd is the same person as Lurker X. Fuck him. Fuck Lurker X. Here's someone named Zeitgeist who has just said something incriminating. Thank you very much, Zeitgeist. This is something they do is they create soundboards. They're taking my words and repasting them into other things to make me sound like really fucking racist or insane or something. Thanks for the admissions, Zeitgeist. That's evidence, pal. Lol. Tom saying niggers is going to be in the next soundboard. Lol. Also, Tom will self-immolate like Chloe Segal. He will then put himself out by means of a massive sharding attack. No, pal. You're just fucking dead meat like the rest of them. None of you will exist on this planet by New Year's Day 2021. None of you. You'll all be gone. Or I will, and you'll be rotting. But thanks for that. I don't take many screencasts, but that one's a good one. Okay, what thread is that? Okay, that's not the main thread. That's the one talking about yesterday's stream. What have we got here now? Not much going on there. Oh, here's oh, there's only one comment from this mediocre Milt. Oh, Todd. Still alive, man. Just blanking at the computer. The man looks to be completely beaten down. Oh, sure. Fuck you, Todd. Go chug bleach. It's not COPD, douchebag. Any of you want to tell me, like, why I should take your opinion over my doctor's? That's because you're a shit-eating fly on the wall. You're a sadomasochistic voyeur. Go chug bleach, asshole. Okay, looks like there's not much to say there either. What else is going on? Yeah, Todd said something at 4 in the morning. Same old stupid shit. Here's one of the truth comes. Law, your home is so infested with roaches that one of them got in your film caster, just rotted in there, forgotten. No, it was this kind of roach, asshole. Same thing with my, master disaster. You fucking autistic idiot. Why should I take you Sigmund Freud's completely incompetent um, assessment of my mental health when I'll ask her what she thinks about me and being autistic tomorrow when I see her. Here's this whole detail of my criminal record in Tucson. Uh, uh, no, it doesn't cost $10 cash, asshole. Just an hour's worth of labor is good too. So you're not sleeping in my house without cleaning up after yourself, and that's good for payment. If you want to just fucking occupy space, it's $10 a night. But I have as far as I know, everything's paid on those. There's a hearing coming up for. Well, you got events. Sneasel, you're gonna be a lot of fun if I ever get you in a courtroom. I doubt you're gonna live that long. Um, you just mix things up, mix and match. However, you're just a computer that's broken because you can't keep things in order. uh, like this in the hospital, he had a core meltdown because a nurse there repeatedly misgendered her. He was yelling at her, and she was giving it back to him. So he ran behind the nurse and started shouting, "Getting away from me, lady!" That just didn't happen. It wasn't like that at all, and didn't happen in the hospital. It happened in fucking El Rio, and I went in there because I was going in anaphylaxis from a allergic reaction to a wasp sting, and I was having trouble breathing, and this security guy was getting all weird with me, and I had to like put people between me and him, or like if he put hands on me, I'd fucking hurt him. And I had to insist that on being seen immediately. That's what he was trying to prevent. Because I couldn't fucking breathe and it was getting worse every minute. I needed a hit from the EpiPen, and this guy was getting in the way. And it didn't even happen in the hospital, you fucking idiots. No, what happened in the hospital was repeated misgendering that I didn't get upset about. And it wasn't the nurse, it was all of them. It was every single one of them. They were looking at my records and talking to each other, looking at my name and a male person in my records. There was nothing I could do to stop it. They were all apologetic, and they all tried to respect me. That's nothing I was upset about. It's just one of the matter of fact things I mentioned. So I can hardly wait to see the interview with Sabrina. You gonna show me the 2-minute clip that's going around, motherfucker? That's gonna backfire on you. That will really backfire on you, even if I'm getting catfished by the person in my PMs. I don't trust anybody online. I really don't. Until I've spoken to you face to face, fuck you. You're nothing to me. You're just another cyber in space. You can bet your ass I will, Goofy Logic. There's only one. I'm waiting on I should upload it. I'm waiting on Sergeant Hearn. I didn't really announce that, and I probably shouldn't upload it. Because that would be a violation of his confidence. I don't need to be showing it to the world. I can just show it to. I can just tell you about it. Sergeant Hearn is one of the sergeants that I've known for a number of years. He was the one that reamed out Casey Taylor for being an asshole in my backyard. And he used to have him pull me over when I was walking down the street and have me play for his rookies. He's a way cool guy, real nice guy. There are a lot of very way cool guys, real nice people. A couple of Shelly Unruh is way cool. I haven't seen Faith in a while. She's cool. Although she lied to me once and took me into custody for the psych shit that was falsified. She totally bullshitted me to get me to come out. There was one, Brian Adams, I think his name was. He was a two-striper. He was the first one who had to talk to me about playing saxophone on the street corner over where I was at Broadway and Euclid. I was doing pretty good there at rush hour, but he said I couldn't do that. He said if it was up to him, he wouldn't care, but he said I can't do that. And then when my horn got stolen, he got wind of it and he came by and bought something from me. I forget if I don't know if he took the report or not, or he was around for something, and he said, I'll come back and get something. I'll buy something. I know you're hurting. But I've had a number of patrol officers come take reports for this shit that have been way cool. Officer Gant has been way cool, and Cirillo, I think is his name, has been the last one, the guy standing there at the door with his hands on his fucking guns. He's got one hand on the taser and one hand on the gun. I'm like, hey man, please. And then he tried to make an excuse, and I'm like, no, please. You don't need to have your hands on your weapons. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't have any weapons in the house. Okay, so has anybody said anything lately? Well, thank you, MS. I'm doing the best I can, sister. It's going real well. Thank you. I'd like to party. I love a party with anybody that's cool. No, it's what's gotten me through life. Hello, I'm really good. I'm really good. I'm pressed hard by trolls, but I don't have to like waste a lot of time with it. As you just saw, 10 minutes, check out their sites and then get the fuck out of there. I think I'm gonna even close Kiwi Farm, so I'm not tempted to even look for a while. No, I'm not gonna give into anything they're telling me. It's all bullshit until I see it. Tell me you have something. I don't believe it until I see it. And really, I don't trust anybody online until I've talked to you face to face, either video or audio, or at least audio. I have to hear a person's voice to know if they're being honest. I assume everybody I meet is going to be honest. So I'll buy into some bullshit and let them lead me along for a while, but eventually, like I see that they're not being honest, and it's over. I like to think that, man. I really like to think that. I mean, that's what's gotten me to 65 years is living life, loving living. So that Marcus Frank in Venice Beach owned the Gingerbread House, which is a historic building there. It's been there since the 20s, I think, at least, maybe earlier. Let's find out. Because that was the when the winter that the Santa Monica Pier blew away, I was sleeping in the basement, the coal bin. There was I could crawl in there. That's where I was sleeping. The winter that was so wet that the Santa Monica Pier got blown off. So let's look at the gingerbread house. Because today it's totally commercial. There's nobody living there anymore. Shit. Came up with everything but the one I wanted. Most historic house in Venice Beach. On VRBO. Oh. They want $323 a night to sleep in some little tiny house in the fucking canals. But they fixed that. When I was living there, the canals were really a terrible mess. $323 a night. That's cool. No, thank you. I don't even see it. The Gingerbread House. Okay, that's not working. These are all fucking bed and these are trying to rent and sell shit. Let's try it this way. Okay, maybe it's called Gingerbread Court now. Yep. But let's see where the history is. This is all promotional shit. That's all promotional shit. Let's see what we get when we say history. I met John Trudell in the front apartment on the north side of the front apartment. Okay, well, this seems to be saying something. Gingerbread Court Sessions, hosted by Dogtown United. This was in 2012. They did this. Join us for the last day of fun at the Gingerbread Court, the historical Venice Beach hidden gem built by Charlie Chaplin as his summer house. This magical court will host a session of live music, DJs, and live art hosted by Dogtown Artists International. That's all I had to say about that. Well, that sucked. Let's find something that tells a little more about it, please. Let's see what the Venice Neighborhood Council. Be proud of the history, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Let's see where it says something about the gingerbread house. Canals didn't work out real well there. I don't know what they're doing now to keep them clean, but they cleaned them up. They tried to put all these canals here, you know, to emulate Venice, Italy. No, this doesn't have anything either. Charlie Chaplin built it. I'm not sure when. What's this? Ha ha. Now it's just a mall, little court mall. Okay, here's somewhere it used to be residential. Hmm. I'm surprised there's nothing. Nothing. It's almost 10 o'clock. No, they did. What's going on here? Okay. We're cool there. What's happening here? Well, yeah, MS. I've been leaving a trail actually for the last 20 years. That eventually will come back together either by me or by a legitimate biographer that'll treat it fairly instead of lying the way the Kiwi farms do. That's called as well. I call my um, real time soap opera As the Stomach Turns, and I call my autobiography is Survival of the Funniest, or They Kill the Clowns in America Online. I've been leaving that all over the web for the last 20 years because it's basically a history of what I call the secret civil war in America. That's been the just steady encroachment of industrial fascism in our government since the Kennedy assassination. I've had people tell me that there's as many as 1,500 people a year since then that are killed to maintain the lie. Some 500 witnesses. The Kennedy, both the Kennedy and the King assassination. Lots of dead witnesses. And I don't know where to draw the line between reality and fantasy on like the alien infestation in the human gene pool that has resulted in the petroleum-driven perpetual war machine by the Judeo-Christian imperialists. You know, how much of that is reptilian, alien energy that is beyond our ability to remove, and we're dependent on galactic interference, galactic intervention. But then I don't know how confident I can be that that's really what's going on, and I just don't have a really wild, fertile imagination, and humans are just plain stupid and are going to kill themselves, or They're no, we're killing the planet. No, you're not killing the planet. You cannot kill it. Humans don't own. I forget how many zeros are there are after the decimal point before the number, the fraction of the human mass to the planetary mass, but it's a lot of them, 20 or 30. We're insignificant. We're insignificant to the mass of the other flora and fauna, even. But just very small portion of that, just a couple of percent, if that. I forget if it was a whole percent or not. The planet isn't going to let us kill it all off before the planet kills us. And that's the climate scientists have known that for at least 50 years of my life. And there are things turning up from as early as 1910 about the industry knowing that there was a problem. So, anybody still in denial of climate change better just like leave me alone. I don't even want to try and discuss it with anybody like that. There is good reason to be alarmed, and people need to be planning on what they're going to do when their house is underwater or the air is unfit to breathe. What do we got going on here? One new subscriber. Yay. Thank you, M. Kind. You have a clown thing going there. Are you a juggalo? Because I'm really wanting to know about Insane Clown Posse and the Juggalo trip, because it is a community. And it's, supposedly it's got some kind of philosophy behind it. And like I've told people before, I've never heard anything about it except some bullshit that came out of Rainbow Gathering. The only person I ever knew that was calling himself a juggalo was a nice punk rocker guy that called himself Jester. And he got me my apartment on Euclid when I first hit town. I mean, I'm curious. I should take a look at something about Insane. Let's go ICP lyrics. Let's see what these guys are saying. Okay. Let's start at the very beginning with their first album, Carnival of Carnage. I can't play it or I'm going to get in trouble. I'll get a copyright hit. The Juggler. Well, the Juggler jumped in the mixer, been down the road, and I broke a few necks. I'll break a few more, so what's up? Rode by me on the corner. I'm going to hold my nuts up. It's finna suck. It's finna fuck you with that. But if you a sewer skank, these guys are white, right? Where are they from? What kind of adds to this? That's pretty ghetto looking. But if you a sewer skank, let me hit that, cause I'm a violent J. Ain't even one to fake it. I want to see some folded up skank bitches naked. I pass out when it gets dark. I woke up naked at the Clark Park. Gotta go, gotta get before I get the rap. Got a chopped off head chilling in my lap. Mr. Shrink, I'm sick. Lunatic, tick tock, it don't quit. It don't quit, it don't quit. Mr. Shrink, I'm sick. A lunatic tick. Doctor told me I'm a psycho, so I ate his face like I don't know. Knife to the neck and got some more. The knife of the axe, the night of the 40 fuck. Bitch, I'm a man you can talk to. But after you leave, I'm going to stalk you. If you're a little kid, I'm going to take you. And if you're a neck, I'm going to break you. If you're an old lady, I'm going to mug you. Because, bitch, you can't fuck with the juggler. Okay. What was that noise? I heard a noise. Where was that noise from? That was not a Facebook noise. Actually, I thought it was a. Oh, Clown Avatar. Someone said. Someone in the. Okay. Uh, in the general, Mr. Zizigi said, just noticed that the Clown Avatar is one of John Gacy's paintings. How about that? What's that about, dude? Uh, how about that? Wiggers from Michigan. Gotcha. So they're Wiggers. That's a ghetto trip for white kids. But I've been told that there's some compassion there, that they're not just flaming assholes. Yeah. Let's see what else they got. I mean, is there a tune that anybody can recommend that's gonna, like, have some depth to it? Our choices are First Day Out, Redneck Ho, Wizard of the Hood, Guts on the Ceiling, Is That You, Night of the Act, Psychopathic, Black in Your Eyes, Never Had It Made, Rebel Flag, Ghetto Freak Show, and Taste. Let's see what Rebel Flag has to say. Stop the Bus, Violent J comes out. Is that Violent J one of them? Barrel CHS will blow your lungs out. Mother pucker fucking hick. I kick you in the mouth, so I mean, it's just like a rap kind of thing. Stop the bus, Violent J come out. I should probably play it, right? Just real quick. Oh, and now they want me to download some shit from Amazon. Fuck that. No. Fuck your rebel flag. Fuck your flag. Fuck, it's fuck you. It's fuck you stuff. Ghetto kids from up north. I don't want to. I don't like. I don't want to down anybody. It's like, that's your trip. Oh, okay, cool. Because like even that's give me a little heartburn just even thinking about what to say to that, or even how to say it. No, it's not Gacy. It's one of Gacy's paintings. Good night, MS. Thanks for coming. Oh, that's cool, man. That's totally cool. Maybe I'm glad maybe they pointed it out. It's one of Gacy's paintings, the guy said. Emmett Kelly was one of my favorite. Red Skelton. And I actually got to meet Bozo, Bob Bell, the Bozo, and Cookie, and Mr. Ned, because they used to come out to the day camp in the summer and do a little mini Bozo circus for the kids. So I got to see them guys like shit 5-6 years every summer. We got to play with Bozo. Yeah, I never clowns were always cool for me. I've never even seen any of them killer clown movies at all. I never watched any of that shit. I've hardly seen any movies at all. I've only been inside a movie theater once since 1984, and that was to see a documentary. I haven't had a TV set since 2004. Don't want one either. And I'm perfectly like happy with the internet. I get any kind of video I want to watch. I get people to interact with. Sometimes I even make money. I need to concentrate on making more money. I probably need to make a totally separate video, keyboard video. I haven't done anything with that recently, and I've been playing a little bit and got a few things going that are almost worthy of like putting out in public. And I'm not gonna sell the CD for much. It'll be like $10 in the mail or $5 person to person. Might not even have to sell it for a whole $10. Basically, I need $5 for the CD because it's going to cost me $2 to put them in the case with a nice cover. So excuse me, I'm not going to give them away. Well, I'll give a lot of them away too, I'm sure. Which is why I need to get at least $5 for them when I do sell them. I have at least 50 blank CDs right now, maybe 100. And at least 20 jackets. I don't have any covers for it. I don't have any covers. I need to get a photo that looks good. I think about that. But anyway, too cool, M-Con. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it to have like people digging on my shit finally. I mean, people always dig on my shit, but like the channel has been so overwhelmed with trolls. It's nice to see real people here finally. Because I have a lot of groups that I contribute to that are like really cool. Just a lot of good media, a lot of good conversation goes on in them in my threads and other threads. And a lot of people I've gotten very, very close to at Facebook. Some I didn't know were as like fond of me as they turn out to be. But I don't know. It's a little late for horns, but I'm feeling like I should tinkle a little bit on the piano. Okay, why does that happen? Why is it doing that? Okay, we don't want that. There we go. That's about all my wrist is going to take. My voice is running out too. Maybe I'll take a rest. Yeah, I can't really play the horns after 10 o'clock, but I can turn the piano down low enough. But I haven't got much in my wrist left for very long. We'll get back to that. As long as you mentioned smoke, I might as well twist one up too. I just like to tell people that I wouldn't have had any friends if it weren't for marijuana. That's probably true. I've got very few friends in my life that don't smoke marijuana. And you know, excuse me, but people who smoke weed and don't drink much, you know, they might drink, but don't drink a lot. They're usually a whole lot more healthy and have their shit a lot more together than most anybody that like is using other drugs or a lot of alcohol. People who use a lot of alcohol are usually pretty messed up, and people who use a lot of hard drugs are pretty messed up. But you don't see people real messed up from just weed. There's usually more to it when people are messed up that are potheads. Okay, I think my wrist might have recovered a little more to see if I can get something else out. It's starting to sound the same to me, and I'm looking. My head's trying to get my hands to do other things than what I've been doing. So I'm into improvisation. I haven't really played a lot of actual tunes of you know, published music that know, but I don't play much of that. And haven't. Oh, I used to do it a lot more before 1999. I lost all my sheet music and most of my instruments and busted my face in 1999. And I never really got the reading back up the way it was. I could sight read just about anything at one point, but I never got that back after 1999. I've mostly been just concentrating on exploring improvisation. You know, there's a mathematics. I mean, there's a mathematics to music that you can just feel, and you know, there's all the there. You know, you play a note. Okay, now you have a lot of choices. What do you do after you play that one note? Well, you can play that note several times. There's a tune called the one note samba that is one note through the whole thing. I mean, it's got other chords. Chords move around the note, but the melody itself is only one note. Then you can go up, but you can go up a half step, a whole step, 2 steps, 2.5. You know, they all sound different, and they all sound different against each other. And it's just like constantly exploring what's going to happen next. My philosophy professor, um, was it him or Dr. Ma? I had two very fine teachers. Actually, I had several, but two that I spent a lot of time one-on-one with. Actually, Dr. Harder was more like four-on-one. He had several of us that were his favorites that he'd bring home and take us sailing and shit. And then Terry Moen was my saxophone instructor. So I had a lot of I had him for an hour a week alone. And I also got a half hour with James Hulick while I was at the University of Tampa, who was the I think he's probably still alive. Houlik, amazing tenor saxophone player, who all of the late 20th century, early 21st century tenor saxophone music, classical format saxophone music was written for Hulick. And I got a half hour with him when he came and did a seminar show at UTampa. I learned a lot of things from those people, and I'm still learning. The things are just, like I said, it's just constant exploration and discovery. And I'll get a new riff for the horn, and just start going at it and finding new things. I've been working lately in the horns B major, which has a lot of sharps in it, but it works well, and it's got a really nice sound. I'm not sure what B. I think B is A. I forget. On the B flat, I always forget. I'm not good at that. But it's got a really nice sound to it, and I'm finding new things every day, every time I pull it out, and it just starts off the B and goes places. That's and I work in as many different keys as I can find, because after a while you're playing the same key, it starts getting like real redundant. I'll tell them guys, and they probably saw it. Okay. I don't know. I'm running out of things to say. Talk to me. I'll just tinkle on the piano a little bit until my wrist hurts again. Oh, hey, you know what we can do? Let's move the camera so you can see my hands. Won't that be cool? Might as well put it on the keyboard, huh? There we go. Now what? Elder. Shouldn't sit there with a burning joint in my mouth. Let's try that again. Oh, I've been having a real bad booger day today, and I can't find my Flonase. I'm not happy about that. Mm. Nah, I quit. I quit. I didn't really eat much today. I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, I know that. It's a little too late for flute. No, it's actually it's not the smoking. It's postnasal drip. Smoking aggravates it, but the cause of the cough starts up here. And I don't know what I did with my fucking Flonase. I gotta find that shit because my sinuses are all clogged, and you can hear me getting hoarse in the throat. Right, that fucking shit escaped too. Shouldn't be over here. Well, maybe the CBD oil helps. I don't see my bottle of Flonase. That's not making me happy at all. Shit. Probably should take some Benadryl. I'm not finding the Flonase. Oh, where it escaped to. Probably should take my magic beans too. Titty Skittles. They call these titty Skittles. Tell you what, though, that Dave Chappelle shit, that wasn't cool. Getting all bent out of shape about it ain't real cool either, but he was punching down, and that ain't cool. I hate these. Fold and pull. Okay. Yay, it came open. I'll be darned. Okay. This is the coolest thing. Guillotine for a pill. The Pillotine. Line it up and the blade comes down on it, snap, bye. Save one, the thing in there, the other half for tomorrow. Okay. Wish I knew where my Flonase got off to. That's really disturbing. Down there on the floor, no. Oh shit. Where it went? I don't even know. There's no reason for it to be like out of reach here. Can't remember leaving my desk area with it. Oh well. Yeah, I can't really play the flute at this hour. Cause like I got neighbors that have kids, a school age kid, and they get her up early in the morning. So by 10, I gotta quit. Baking. I did some roasting today. I roasted some green peppers. They're really good too, because I sprinkled them with olive oil and garlic powder. Put them up in kind of a diluted vinegar with a little bit of salt and sugar. So for a ferment. A couple of days will be real tasty. I made a really good grated cauliflower, raw cauliflower, and chickpeas, Mediterranean style. That's real tasty too. Oh, I wish I had more people that I could feed. I'm really a good cook. I love cooking, and I love to like put food out for people to chow down on. But I have my birthday party in the park. That's gonna be I hope a big feast. Big potluck feast in the drum circle in the park. November 3rd. And it should be good because it's gonna be the Day of the Dad. I should check and see what the what the schedule is for the main Day of the Dead thing. But my birthday falls on Day of the Dead this year, which is Sunday, which is way cool. Except one of my best friends in town just never has time on Sunday and won't be able to make it. And then two other friends said they had previous engagements too and probably won't be able to make it. We have a new slugger out there. Someone who is making herself heard. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. What did I want? Oh, I want to know Day of the Dead. Okay, Day of the Dead Festival 2019. Go. No, that's not it. That's in UK. Oh, come on. I really don't want to see that anymore. Carnival of the Dead is October 13th and 11th and 13th. That's weird. I have to check with someone. Why is it the middle of fucking October? Well, that's gonna be the huh. That's really strange. You know, I don't know what that. I give up. I'll look later. Do you have a Discord server? Yes, I do. Here, I'll get you the link. Right, who doesn't like clowns? Link to this Discord server. Yeah. Yeah, I see just no reason. I talked about this a little earlier. Well, I fought trolls for 10 years solid, 10, 20 of them at a time. And it's counterproductive. Anything you say to these people is a victory for them. Anything at all. So it's best to say nothing. Don't feed them. Starve them with silence. And just really, even people who aren't trolling, just people who are like uninteresting, ignorant, kind of racist, kind of sexist, barely tolerable on those counts, and kind of people. It's like I don't need it either. No, I'm not a kinkster. I'm very conservative sexually. I'm monogamous at heart and want a mate. And okay, so I'm queer, but I want to mate with a vagina. I'm queer with a penis. I want to queer with a vagina. And that's how that is. Um, but I don't. Most people don't want to hear about it. And, which is get back to tonight's topic. Is most people just don't want to fucking hear about it. Unless you're wanting to go to bed with me or wanting to be my doctor or something, or you're my mother, it's really none of your fucking business. And nobody wants to hear about it. Like, because of that, it's like a lot of people are just very like, some people are deeply offended by this shit, but that's their problem. But most people just like don't care, don't want anything to do with it, and certainly don't want to see people getting hated on just because they're doing something that somebody else doesn't like but is otherwise legal and morally sound. And nobody's getting hurt without their consent. You just gotta, um, I'm not into it, but I have a lot of friends who are. Um, and I've known a few madams in my day, that I just met, and we're just hanging out and talking shit. So, I know what goes on when people are consenting to get hurt. But like, the religious extremists, it's none of their fucking business. Stay out of it. Just, you don't like it, don't look. Don't go fighting with it. That's not going to do anything but make more people want to do it. Yeah, they're all worried. They're all worried about turning their kids queer, and then they're making such a big deal. The kids are like, "Oh, maybe I should look into this." But I think I've had enough for one day. I need to I need to go out tomorrow. I need to be out the door at least by about 11. So, and I don't know if I'll be on in the morning or not. I can be found at I'm blocked at Facebook. Normally I'm active at Facebook. This week, you'll find me here streaming at any time of day I feel like going live and bored and want to talk to someone besides myself. And then there's the Discord server, and um, we've got group chats going at on Hangouts. And here's who you add there. I'd like to see more money, but I like to give things for the money. What do you guys think about me? Like, for a $10 hit, a nice crystal necklace, something like this, and something like this is really more like 20. But there's others that there's others I can do for as little as 5. But I need to get, I can do something, I can do something like this for 10s and 20s, including shipping. And I have stuff that I can do for as little as $3 if you buy them by the dozen. I'll make up a bunch so you guys can see them and do a showing. I have to get a lot of stuff together for Pride's coming up the last week of the month. So I need to get my thing together behind me over the next few days so I can work. I'll probably move the camera closer to there when I'm over there wanting to show stones. And I think I'm going to wrap it up. I haven't eaten tonight, and I appreciate your company, and see you again. Happy day. Bye. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. To turn it off. Here we go. Bye. Ciao.